Ngabage tujja byogerera mu nyumba eyadde yasomye bulungi amateeka agakuguke bulungi tubeeko ebintu ebimu tetutegeeragana ng'abantu.
Mbeddwamu mwanyinaze honorable Betinambozi Bakirike. Ababaka bonna bayanjuddwa, ababaka abagenyi ate n'abakumu. Obuyinza obwake bwa president nange namugabanyizaako so nga ate era echairperson w'emu ku park committees etwalanga opposition parliament eya government assurance n'olwekyo omumanyinaze nomumanyi ye minisita waffe atwala eddembe ly'obuntu era akoze omulimu gw'amaanyi nnyo okuhighlighting human rights violations. Ekituufu kiri nti situze kugenda ku beach. Ababaka bano batambula kukola mirimu. Nasaba ababaka buli afunawo obudde atambuleko nange nga tukola emirimu gino. Ekisooka okutegeerera ddala bye twogerako nti lwaki tubijja mu bbanga. Naye n'ekyokubiri ababaka baffe ndowooza ng'oggyeko nze ne mwanyinaze ffe veteran, ababaka baffe abasinga bato kibajjana bayamba okuyiga okutegeera gavumenti bw'etambula. Ate ddala engeri gyebeteggeramu egibitegeeza n'etambula nga esaayirira ng'owembaliga yeta mu luwenda. So babiraba babyetegereza. I have no doubt they will speak with authority once returned to Parliament. And I would like to encourage all of us, whichever position you occupy as a stakeholder, to take this oversight with the seriousness it deserves. We, in this oversight visit, put emphasis specifically on key service delivery points, mainly healthcare provision, education, and the general public infrastructure, including roads. There's no doubt this regime has been parroting the fact that abaana basoma abaana buli mwaka bayingira mu P1 batugamba obukadde bumeka wejjuke bagamba kadde kalamba kayingira P1 buli mwaka naye mu P7 tulabayo emitwalo 3. It's our interest ng'abaagala okukola gavumenti empya okutegeera ani alimba eggwanga. Kisooka kiri okubanga abaana bayingirira mu geeti nafumira mu kamooli. You enter million in P1, no from myaka 3. You must be really either telling lies or you have a problem. Hitherto, this regime used to say they have made no public roads. Until it became a pothole government. We won't find out what went wrong. Omulimu guno abadde bagoberera kukyanyirira office bwe tufunawo ka receipts nkeyambisa okukola oversight mu bitundu by'eggwanga ebyenjawulo. Nasookera mu Acholi abadde bagoberera, netugenda Kabale, Ankole, netugenda West Nile, netugenda tugende Bunyoro. Ekitundu kya Buganda bali sinakitambulamu naye ne ndowooza nti anamma ababe era akampiteko mu kitundu kya Buganda. Nasookera mu Mekka ey'omukomera nasanga abantu bayita bukunya era ndowooza omukulu namuwaza COVID n'atagendayo ku lunaku lw'abazira. Ebintu ebikolebwa eruweero emuzira yasobola okubikola yekka. Ebintu ebiweeruweero obanga toli muzira omuzira mu kwerabira mu bulagajjavu ne mu lyaz'amaanyi tosobola kukola bintu bye twasanga eruweero. Twabadde Buvuma mwabirabye sebo ssentebe abamu okasi basomera miti. In fact ab'Obuvuma bo balinga binyonyi balinnya n'obulinnya emiti ne basobola nga balinnya waggulu miti oba bo basomera wansi ab'Obuvuma waggulu miti gye basomera ku bifunfuku kwe batuula oba mu biina entebe tunaaziraba. So we are trying to check this regime to the core and we have no apologies to make over that. It's our core mandate. Our people pay taxes. You cannot be a regime of 40 years and children sit on logs and in classes. That's not possible, it's not feasible. So we have every reason to undertake oversight and tell our people to reject failure in service delivery. Where we find something properly done, we acknowledge and take note. But the long and short of this tour by the law is to establish the quality of usage of public funds, to establish the degree of neglect of public service or delivery of the same services. So I would like to appreciate the leaders in Mukono for what you have tried to do. I have been appalled by the report from the Honorable Nnaku about the reluctance of the local government leadership here, particularly the chairperson, who is our own, in constituting the service commission. So, what's the motivation for that? So, what is the motivation for failure to recruit civil servants? But I would like to encourage the Speaker to convene in council and take decisions, including decision to indict the chairperson for failure to act on his duty. I should say that without contradiction. If you need legal help, come to me. The chairperson has an excuse. He has to excuse his mandate or else he will be elected. Choosing members of the Research Commission is not an act of magnanimity. It's not help. It's duty. And we must distinguish public duty from self-interest. It must be distinguished. And as NUP, it should never be seen flaunting personal interest anywhere in the execution of a very delicate public mandate. That should never happen. That should never happen. You know? Now, I don't want you to really incriminate public servants. There is a boundary between the duty of politicians and that of public servants. Okay? And I want to really be very clear on that. If you're a politician, your job is on a thread, it's delicate, you must execute it. It is timely. Otalete wakozi kawa yakusigala wa mukozi. Afuna omusaala gwe, esanyo kiggweko, asigalewo, oba transferring. Nega goli mukwewozaako over matters in your hands.
2 years down.
You know?
2 years.
I hope along the way I'll be able to interact with my senior brother, the Honorable Bakaluma Mukasa, and understand his motivation in faith to act on this very delicate public duty. But for me, it's inexcusable, and I really have taken it seriously. And as the Deputy President of NUP in Uganda, I am going to summon him. How I wish this had gotten to me earlier. Yeah, I have powers to summon and even discipline. It's an indictment on the wall for you. What I do as the law, I do in the name of the party and the people. And the story is everyone elected. So nobody, anywhere, in their position should believe that they can act and frolic on their own without recourse. The huge public duty in our hands. And there must be a huge difference between what we do and what the NRM is just doing. We are a team with a difference and we must as such act differently. So I take serious note, it's inexcusable whatsoever. The rest of the issues one of which you've raised relating to local revenue sharing, in particular, my sharing minister for local government, raised the first motion in Parliament to return all these monies to local government, to which the regime has abdicated. But it speaks to the demise of decentralization. We all know that the regime has since centralized and taken back all the powers that were given to governments in the law. You are aware, as NUP, the Vanguard Opposition Party in Parliament, we convened some time to discuss the possibility of a plethora of numerous constitutional and electoral reforms. We agreed as a party that we need to give this time and to allow for intra and inter-party consultations. But one of the major setbacks in our times is the way power is shared in this country. And as NUP, we are for very serious devolution of power, where a formula is in the constitution of how revenues are shared across, both the local and the national revenues. And we cannot apologize for that. When time comes, we should be able, in our time and space, to give the country a better mode of power devolution. In abecha kwe, bandaruba masende kubanga mwaronda namboze n'enkoyoyo. Tubitulowooza ko ye devolution. Nano batonjaga sente zange zinokola ki? Okujja. So, decentralization will never fail. Buli kasente, Mayi Museveni ayagala kyokka kalabako asooka ajjeko esaati ze, akakadde akabuli lunaku namwe mufuneko akooza mambiro. Short of that, center eno webanga giri ku local government, center ozaagaza ki? The local governments have budgets that they have approved. So what do you want this money for? Netutegeera ffe abali ku ntabiro y'ebyobufuzi nti gavumenti yakukola bati naabo bibajjo bigwa Mukono. So gavumenti zigwa bibajjo neno bwetu bwegenda ekola ki? Esesetuka. Naye twagala etugwire, that's why we are here. Webejjeko oba mu nnyanja tegwira abantu baffe. So ebikyansigaddewo twagala tuteekewo very firm walls hold oba pillars. That's why we are moving around to highlight and raise red flags in all corners of our regions to tell the people to be alert and not give up on the possibility that we can give this country a better government. Of course, when I met my brother, the chairperson of the district, I want to find out why there are cases in court, and I'm advised some of these cases are internally generated. The motivation, I do not know. Probably I'll be able to find out why. That people can sit and connive and wish to really benefit from the taxpayer by way of connivance by litigation. I hope I'll be able to establish what the motivation of the actors are. I want to appreciate you in finality, dear colleagues. And to Madam Cow, yes, we all have challenges, but we should not really be used to challenges. People do better, we can also do better. Etukkiriza nti ebizibu biri omuntu alina ebizibu ewaka kubanga mulirwana oyakubye mukazi we naawe ogenda okuba ennyoko. No, we can't allow that. Other countries up to the discipline, we can have the discipline. Tujja kugamba bannange ebitwabimanyiira tubigumire. No, we are impatient and we shall not accept to be like that. Atukumwanyamu omusolo talina bugumiikiriza. Lwaki tumugumiikiriza? Bw'aba atambula ng'anoonya akalulu ng'asuubiza empewo. Lwaki asaasira tulimba emyaka 8? Nabadde eruweero ne baŋŋamba Yowabu yakumalayo 42. Ono ewamu 38. So for the 2 years, ng'abantu bazingamye bali awo. Abatasomye tebasomye. Abaana abaazalibwa bazadde baana bannaabwe bagenda kuzzukuza. Atuyawo twetonda. No, we cannot be apologizing for that. We want the best for our people. So I want to encourage us to use this day. Probably we could have given Mukono more time. Mukono is very big and very critical to our development and our politics. But unfortunately, I do not have that a lot of time and resources at my disposal to spend so much time. So mujja kukkiriza mbanyigirize. That's why I lead a team in the Parliament. And I can't apologize for doing my work. I want to thank all of your colleagues for sparing this time.
I am here to undertake official oversight into this local government of Mukono. I have been in other parts of Greater Mukono. I was in Kayunga, I was in Buikwe. Today we are in Mukono to specifically check on key service delivery points, health centers, schools, and other community or public infrastructure. The failure to recruit the District Service Commission for Mukono is an act of neglect by the district chairperson. I have been informed by the leaders here that they sat with him variously to try and advise him on the need for urgently constitute the commission. In vain. Being an NUP leader, and because I'm the deputy president for Buganda, I am concerned about his work. I have left official information for him, and I'll write to him officially to respond. These are not allegations. There is evidence that the void in recruiting workers in the district is because of his lethargic methods of work, and we have to call him to order.